2.5-point home favorite. A great game coming up. Eli, it turns into playoff Eli, which is a whole different animal. He's a different player.
Playoff Eli.
He is a different player come January. He runs into the phone booth and comes out, and he goes from really mediocre to just enough to win Super Bowls. This is what Eli does. I don't know that I can lean Giants in this game at all, but 4.5 points is a lot in a matchup like this. Giants lack a ground game, but it's just good enough to sneak up and punch the Packers in the mouth, because I don't think defensively Green Bay does a nice job of stopping anybody ever. The way you win this game is you beat Aaron Rodgers in a boat race. He's won 6 in a row. I'm not going to be completely surprised if he can make it 7. I'm going to take the Green Bay Packers and Aaron Rodgers to win this football game, 27-20. And I'm not going to be surprised if that's a late touchdown that gives him this victory. I think if you have to play this, you take the Giants in the point.
Whew, this is a good one. I will say, though, this is a hot tea kettle game, which means don't touch it. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy it. I would not bet this game for anything. So many things can happen. Either one of these teams is very capable of winning this game. But I'm going to roll with the hot hand, and that's Aaron Rodgers at the moment. Although the Giants can like I said, they can very, very easily win this game. This is not definitive at all. But I'm going to go with Mr. Rodgers to outduel Eli Manning, and I think this will be the thriller of the afternoon. It will be everywhere, price the admission. Green Bay pulls this one out, barely squeaking, Giants squeaking, covering that 4.5 spread. Green Bay wins this game 24-20.
Yeah, and I think that's really what they're suggesting as far as odds makers go. They see this at 24-20 with that 4.5 points. That's a setup.
Guess what Aaron Rodgers has done in 5 career wild card games?
He's won them all.
Yep, he's passed for 11 touchdowns and 1 interception. We're going to move it on to frigid Lambeau Field. Do you have a weather update for Sunday at 4?
I do, as a matter of fact. It is 74 and sunny.
Yeah.
San Diego. but in
that's
Green
where you
Bay,
want to be watching the game from.
Yeah, that's right. In Green Bay, you've got a 7-degree Fahrenheit measurement and windy as can be. You've got a west wind at 16 miles an hour with some sustainable gusts over 20. That could be a mess. I think Rodgers throws razor blades that slice through the wind like the mythical creature that he is. But that's cold, man. You ever try to catch something in 7 degrees Fahrenheit?
Just a cold.
I haven't either, but that's probably pretty hard.
I was going to say, unless my liquor bottle fell outside, I don't do that.
I caught a cold. Okay, you hit it on the head. Aaron Rodgers in a frigid Lambeau Field, throwing lasers. Eli Manning does not throw lasers anymore.
No, he doesn't.
Eli Manning floats. He throws ducks. I like Eli, and I agree with you. He is Superman. He's superhuman come playoff time. I know that as a wild card team, they advanced and I believe beat them dreaded Bill Belichick-led New England Patriots. I think Green Bay played Giants last year in a wild card game, if I'm not mistaken. From what I'm seeing here, Green Bay packed them in 37-20 last time. I'm going Green Bay because I put my faith in Aaron Rodgers. He said they were going to run the table when there was all that issue with him and Mike McCarthy that doesn't seem to be an issue today. I think they went from 3-6 to 10-6.
Sure did.
Computer has it 29-15 Green Bay to beat the Giants. I think Green Bay is going to put 28 points. I think they're going to put 4 touchdowns on the board. I think Giants struggle to put the ball in the end zone. I think that you're going to see a lot of field goals. You said 4.5?
I did say 4.5.
Spread? All right, then I'm going to go 28-23 Green Bay Packers covering the 4.5 because the Green Bay Packers are at home, and they seem to do magical things at home.
4.5.
The thing about the Giants, though, is they almost put them, because of those pictures, though, I will say, I don't really care. They want to go celebrate. I mean, they're grown men. They can go do whatever they want. But I will say, there is that added pressure, though. They have to come out and win this game, and they have to look good, especially guys like Odell Beckham. Because if they don't, that's all they're going to hear about.
Well, the biggest concern I would have, just as a gambler, as a prognosticator in this game, is the Green Bay Packer defense. I can see Beckham making a mess of that secondary. Green Bay's down 3 defensive backs. They haven't been good even with their 3 starters, so this is just going to probably progressively get worse in Green Bay's secondary. I can see this game getting down late in the fourth quarter, knotted up at 20-all, 21-all, something tight, and then maybe, just maybe, you put the ball in Rodgers' hands and he beats you in the last minute. Tough to kick when it's 7 degrees out, man. It's like kicking a cinder block. This should be a really good game, but I just don't know that either one of these teams, when it's Ty Montgomery going to establish the ground game and win this for Green Bay against the Giants defense that really eats everybody up.
Yeah, Giants defense was phenomenal last weekend against Washington.
Yeah, very good. Pat Robb couldn't do much.
Yeah, decent.
No, this is the best matchup of the weekend. You got the red hot Aaron Rodgers going up against a very, very good defense. It's a great matchup.
Yeah,
all around.
Sure is. Green Bay's been a cover machine too. They're 5-1 against the spread the last 6 games.
Giants are a different animal, but yeah, I mean, they're a lot better than the run. I mean, Green Bay has looked great in this 6-game run, but I hate to sound hypocritical because I know what I said about the Dolphins, but the Dolphins don't have Aaron Rodgers. The Packers do, and the Giants. This is definitely the best team, as far as this run. So we'll see.
Don't forget though, Joe, the Miami Dolphins have Lauren Tannehill.
They do.
Real high.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Yeah. So, all that said, kid, we got a big weekend of football. It's playoff time. This season really flew by. And this year, I think it's safe to say with all of us that every year of our life is probably the fastest year of our lives. And this one, this NFL season flew by. What Super Bowl is this? What are we leading up to? Super Bowl what?
51.
So we've officially had more Super Bowls than we have presidents. Yeah, it's not tough math. It's a fact. Didn't take long. One every 4 years, 8 years, one every year.
Presidents.
All that.
Who would even have noticed?
Well, I did.
Presidents.
Hanging in my line of sight here. So
hey,
all that.
Can you scoop on the Clemson, Alabama for me?
Good. Clemson, Alabama. I tell you, man. I think Clemson's got a shot. A real good shot at this one. Especially, I'm seeing that line at 6.5, 7. I'd be very, very, very liking to take Clemson. Deshaun Watson gives this team problems. He's a mobile quarterback. They have trouble defending that, and Alabama could be in a little bit of disarray to unceremoniously tell Lane Kiffin to get the hell out right as they're preparing for the national championship game. I know Steve Sarkisian is taking over. And he probably knows what he's doing and knows the system, and they might be fine for a week. But there's a lot of things, just maybe, that they're a little hanging over these guys' heads. A little change of pace like that. I'm not an expert in this
category. I'm not at all. I know 7 points is always intriguing in a national championship game, but I'm not overly impressed with this Deshaun Watson. I'm sorry. Is he a good player in college? Yeah, we see a lot of good players. I know he's not Jason White or these guys who got away with just being a system player, but I'm sorry. Nick Saban puts together one hell of a package. Dabo Swinney is a special coach. He's an excellent head football coach at the college ranks. I get it, but this game's just not exciting. College football sucked worse than the NFL this year.
Well, if you go by the New Year's Eve fiasco, that I'm sure there's quite a few people around here that I kind of saw the bar. It was at New Year's Eve, really, really packed, and about, the ball's going to drop 10:30, 11. Where the hell did everybody go? but
Ohio State fans put
it was bad.
Home. That was terrible. It was a terrible showing.
Terrible. I've never seen an Urban Meyer football team. Yeah, I've never seen an Urban Meyer football team so unprepared for a football game in my life.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, though, I saw a lot of rant and raving on social media. We're so much better than this. We're better than Clemson. No, you're not. You don't lose to teams 31-0 that you're better than.
Nope.
Just the way it is. They lined it up. They beat you. You got to go Urban Meyer. He's a pro. He's very, very good. I did hear some idiots, and I will call them idiots, sitting there saying, "Well, Urban Meyer's not that good as we thought he was." Shut up.
Yeah, shut up.
Just shut up. He's going to go back.
Not that good. JT Barrett's not that good.
JT Barrett is not very good. He will. Urban Meyer even kind of. It seemed like kind of hinted that JT Barrett. He's not planning on JT Barrett being his quarterback next year, even though he will be back. He will have him more in a Braxton Miller H-back type position. He will have another kid under center.
Yeah, one thing I did take away from college football this past bowl season was that the Big Ten was not very good. I will tip my hat to the Penn State Nittany Lions on New Year's Day. I believe it was New Year's Day when they played, and they put up a whale of a fight against USC. But other than them, Wisconsin beat a pretty good Western Michigan football team, but the Big Ten was just atrocious.
Yeah, bad showing. Real bad.
It was a bad showing, and this was a conference I actually thought the Big Ten was pretty good from top to bottom. I mean, that just goes to show you those top 25 rankings throughout the year don't mean dick. They really don't.
No, they don't. They never should. At no point should you ever have a preseason ranking system. That's the dumbest thing ever. They're as accurate as your election polls in October, in September. It's just not even close. It's not even close. Let's get down to an interesting thought here, though. At this point, we've gone over our wild card playoff picks. Who's our championship games? AFC, NFC?
I'll be quick. AFC, New England Patriots versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. In the NFC, I like the Dallas Cowboys versus the Green Bay Packers.
I got to go Kansas City Chiefs at New England. You know what? Kansas City beat New England 40-14 last year during the regular season. I do think that Bill Belichick and his crew are a little bit scared of what Kansas City can do. They got some special players on that team too. And Alex Smith, he's not shiny, but he gets the job done every week, week in and week out. So I go KC New England, but I might have to go with you. I'm pulling for Atlanta. I'm going to go Atlanta Dallas because I think that Matt Ryan's just got that offense booming.
He does. I'll tell you what, Pepper, we talked about what happens with Kansas City and New England, and I think that as NFL fans, that's your best potential game.
Yeah.
I really think so. I think Andy Reid is an excellent game planner. He's an excellent head coach. And if you have in the AFC Championship game Bill Belichick and Andy Reid going head-to-head as chess masters, I think that's a treat. And those are the two best coaches in the AFC without question.
I realize I've contradicted myself. There's no way my scenario in the NFC could even be possible.
New England either, yeah.
But it couldn't even be possible.
Right. Yeah.
Fuck me.
You tried, sweetheart. It's okay.
Fuck me.
Hey.
Can I go stare at some girls in yoga pants now? Are we done here?
Yeah, go. Yeah, we're done here.
Yeah, you can check out here, man. I just wanted to close out with my NFC pick, but it's not important anyway.
What is it?
You know what? I'm not impressed with the Dallas Cowboys. I think that they're a good football team, but I think that they're going to stumble in the playoffs. I do. I think it's been a little bit too easy of a ride for them. I like where you're coming with the Atlanta Falcons. Somebody mentioned to me the other day how good Atlanta was, and I laughed because I just don't want to admit it, but Atlanta's a good football team. Matt Ryan's your MVP.
Yeah.
Good stuff up, down, back and forth. They can run the hell out of the ball. Julio Jones, healthy, is a dangerous man. They've got a couple little weapons on the outside that could do well for him.
And you know what the difference is between Matt Ryan this year and Matt Ryan over the last couple of years?
In offensive line.
You got it. The way that they went out and spent money and put an offensive line together. Same thing Oakland did over the last couple of years. Same thing Dallas has done. No mystery. Cleveland Browns, if you're listening, go out there and get some offensive linemen, protect your quarterback of the future, whoever it may be.
Yeah, when you build a house, you don't put the roof on first.
That's right, damn it.
I think that's exactly how they do it. You start in the middle, well, you just mentioned them, Atlanta, Dallas, Oakland. Years ago, Green Bay had a tremendous offensive line. The year they won the Super Bowl, had a great offensive line. The 49ers, that year that they went, they had drafted offensive linemen, guys like Joe Staley and Michael Ipati, build a lineup. Yeah, that's the way to do it. But, yeah, I look for Atlanta to be involved in that NFC Championship game and take that number 2 spot instead of Dallas as the number 1 spot.
You guys are way too young to remember the Hogs.
I remember the Hogs and the Washington Redskins.
Okay. What were they? Offensive linemen, I think?
They were all linemen, guys like Joe Jacoby. And
right.
I could probably name them if it was 15 years ago.
Me too. Joe Bostic.
History of drug use and alcohol abuse, and I no longer remember a lot of things.
Yeah.
But, I've come a long way since then. Everybody's real proud.
I'm proud of you. Hey, Joey, how'd you make out New Year's Eve? Did you fall off any bar stools? Or did he go yoga pants? He went to Yogaville.
He went to go put on his yoga pants.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, that said, man, we're all done, dude. If you guys are tuning in and listening to us on YouTube, like a lot of people have been, we really appreciate it. Make sure you click like and subscribe. We appreciate that very much, and be sure to tune in again tomorrow night as